Master Gagan is asking a question for, in your understanding, how much power do we really have to shape our lives with free will, and how much is already set by fate or conditioning?
Yeah, so my understanding on this, which I've learned from Sister BK Shivani, is whatever we come with, we have an opening karma, but we do have a free will to change our life. So, ultimately, I think we have the power to do anything really. So, again, the reason why what holds us back is the conditioning, the programming that we've been given, because, we've been conditioned to believe that, only if you're born in a rich family, you can become rich. Say, I'm just giving a random example. So this is how we've been conditioned. Like, it can be cultural, it can be the environment that you've been brought up with. So it can be everything. So this is why it's important for us to not lose our power. Our brain creates a hologram when we have set our intention to what we really want, right? So you have the power to create anything really. So it's not bound to the karma from past life. It is there, but you have the free will, 100%. I hope I've answered that question.
Uh, I think, yeah. Yes, Gagan, do you have any questions on this? Are you okay with this answer? Yeah, next, Sonia Master is asking one question. What is the difference between conscious, which is intentional, subconscious, and unconscious?
So, conscious, like I said, conscious is the mind that is the intentional mind, the mind that is aware. It handles logic. Say, for example, you need to do certain work in your workplace, or you need to make a decision. Either you want to go for a movie, you don't want to go for a movie, or you want to plan something. That's your conscious mind. It has only limited capacity. I mean, at that time, yes, 5% is your conscious mind, right? But you have that power, but what is actually controlling the show is the subconscious mind, which is the 95% of the mind. Like Dr. Bruce Lipton says, we are running on these programs. So these subconscious mind has a database of everything around you. So it's a storage system of your mind. It can be past lives, it can be your habits, your belief systems, and your emotional memories. It is an automatic program which basically drives your behavior, either the way you're reacting to people, the way you are talking, the way you are breathing. Everything is done by the subconscious mind. It is because it's been programmed by repetition and emotion. What happens is it becomes an autopilot, right? Just like the flight takes off, it goes into the autopilot. You don't have to do anything, it just goes off, right? In the same way is the subconscious mind. During the child, for example, during childhood, all these are caused during the childhood when you've been told, we all been told we are not good enough, and you're not intelligent, all these kind of words that's been told by parents or teachers or society. This subconscious mind runs the silent script of self-doubt. Even because I work with very top leaders in the corporate world, even though they look so bold, so confident, but they're so vulnerable because of all this programming that they had in the subconscious mind. Yes, with willpower, that 5%, yes, they are able to move, but even then, what holds them back is this kind of, the trauma, the kind of the childhood patterns. All these are actually in the subconscious mind. And then the unconscious mind is the deep layer of your mind. It's not very easily accessible. It is the one that carries your memories, your trauma, instincts, all these, and the way you aggressively behave, your moods, your behavior, all these are actually controlled by the unconscious mind. And this is generally, these are again the events that happened in your childhood. Unconscious fear of abandonment, for example, when people become very protective about themselves, all these are the unconscious mind. So if you see some people, basically, even when you go and talk to them, they're very aggressive. They're very aggressive, right? You can see they don't want to even talk to people. The reason why, it's not because they're bad people, it's because of the incident that happened in the past, and they were not able to break that. They actually, it leaks out as anxiety, fear, and unexplained blocks. They don't even know that throwing tantrums, or they're being very aggressive, not approachable. All these are their unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is a driver, where you want to go, left, right, which direction. Subconscious mind is like an engine that's running in your subconscious, and the unconscious mind is like that hidden road. Which road are you taking? It is that unconscious mind, right? It's a landscape, basically, your traumas, your what kind of archetype. It's a very deep subject, is inner child subject, but just to give you on the high level, it is the unconscious. It's your journey. It is going unconsciously, right? Even as much as you want to become very successful, these really stop you from becoming what you want to become.
I have a follow-up question. Thank you so much, Binduji. Binduji, right? Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. This is Sonia. Um, I connected with you on LinkedIn, so thank you so much for that. Looking forward to reading your posts. Thanks for explaining the difference between the three kinds of minds. So I think from unconscious, you can move to subconscious by knowing things that are happening and making the change, and then it becomes conscious. So that's the movement, I think, of the thoughts and actions, right? You can always change. You can be just on autopilot and not even realize that you're on autopilot, or you can
Yeah,
realize that you're on autopilot and change it, and then you become more and more conscious of it. Is that right?
absolutely.
Okay. And then uh, there are thoughts that frequently come, and of course sometimes they're negative thoughts, um, of some past aggression or uh, conversations or whatever it is. It's not intentional. You don't want any bad feeling toward anybody, but it just automatically comes. And then as you said, they are all energies, so
Mhm.
you can, at that moment, say no, don't think like that. But then how do you you in turn say things that are positive to negate those negative thoughts? Or how can you change that energy to become positive?
Yeah, great question. So first thing is, being in awareness. So now you know that, whatever I'm saying is not conscious. I don't mean to say something, or I don't want to think that way. So one way to do that is flipping the script, right? Whenever you have a thought in the mind where, you becoming aggressive, it's again mindfulness. Just be very mindful. What is your body sensation saying? Are you feeling anxiety inside? Whenever you're aggressive, the body shows symptoms, right? Your heart is palpitating, and then your mind is racing, you're getting so angry. So whenever you catch yourself, these symptoms, that's when you can step back and then think, why am I reacting? So ask yourself, why am I reacting? And then what are these thoughts about, which has happened in the past? Always remember, according to metaphysics, whenever we keep going back to the past, we are going to recycle those experiences. As much as you don't want those experiences to happen, but you keep lingering on to those experiences again, which has happened in the past, right? This is the first step of awareness. Whatever has happened for a reason. That's why even in the gratitude we said, every challenge has made me more wiser. It's turned into wisdom. So now you're not going to repeat that anymore, right? So be grateful, because the reason why we are on the earth planet is to grow, stretch ourselves, right? So every experience is basically helping us grow as a human. So, let go. The only way to, let go of those old experiences that you had in the past, and use your mind to create what you want in the future. So that's very powerful. So probably the question that you asked me, how do I change that? Just one way is, say for example, the reason why you're thinking so much about the past, you're angry about somebody. One way the subconscious mind can, you can erase that memory is write a letter to somebody, whoever has hurt you or said anything bad to you, and just burn it. Subconscious mind remembers things in images. So when you burn that letter, writing whatever you want to say to them, you're not harming him, but just put it on the paper, just burn it away. That's it, done and done with, dusted with. So you don't have to remember that person, and you've just broken that bond with that person. Otherwise, you're energetically connected to the same incident that happened, maybe where the thought is arising. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good solution of you know, actually creating that space to write down something and into words, and then letting it go by burning it.
Yes, this is what I've learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor. He said, any kind of fears or any kind of negative self-talk, whenever you feel I'm not good enough, I don't, just write it down and burn it. It's a physical representation. The subconscious will accept that, it's no more in your database.
Yeah, because I think when we write it on a journal about your day, you're still hanging on to it. I feel now that you say it, you're still hanging on to it. You're writing it down, which is good. You're understanding your thoughts, but you're not actually solving for anything. You're just still living in it.
True, very true.